All right, well, it happened. XRP just did it. Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Hope you're doing well. If you are investing in XRP, you're in a good spot because the SEC just did it. They approved Grayscale's multi-crypto fund with XRP, Solana, and ADA, and the floodgates are going to now open. Now, real quick, if you own XRP, do me a favor, type 1 down below. I don't even know if we're live. I don't even see anything going on. Is something going on? Is this on? Okay, just type 1 if you can see me. We invested in XRP a long time ago because we knew the banks are going to want to do business, government's going to want to do business with a company that's running a blockchain that's fast, effective, you can record transactions, move digital assets, especially stable coins, fast and secure, right? That's why I invested in it. About 2 Januaries ago, when the first ever Bitcoin ETF popped up, I said, this is the time to dive into crypto. You got to understand what's going to happen. And this is why the floodgates are open. Because when the first Bitcoin ETF opened up, it made it legal for all kinds of family offices, investment funds, hedge funds, and Wall Street to invest legally and have an attachment to the price of Bitcoin. Why is that important? Because the more volume that when pushed into those ETFs have to purchase a certain amount of the underlying asset. Some are complete derivatives and vaporware, all right? Dustin, thank you so much for the super chat. Now, nobody else give me a super chat because it'll throw me off. But now, we've got this XRP ETF being approved by Grayscale, right? It's going to bring up XRP, Solana, and ADA. Remember, these main layer 1 market caps that I've been telling you go from Bitcoin, then the money flows into layer 1s, and then after that, the real fun happens and you move into altcoins. Real quick, if you have never owned Bitcoin or XRP, do me a favor, and no shame here, type, that's me. Just type it down below. If there's somebody that's never invested in it, I want to know if there's somebody that watching this video that hasn't. Let me dive into this and then I'm going to ask you something, okay? It says here, the US SEC has approved Grayscale's multi-crypto asset exchange traded product amid the agency's broader effort to fast-track approvals for crypto funds. On Wednesday, Grayscale's CEO, oh cool, there's a handful of people that have never invested. All right, I got an idea for you. Grayscale CEO Peter Mintzberg announced on social media platform X that the SEC had just given the green light for Grayscale's digital large cap fund. All right, so a lot of money is about to flow from Wall Street into XRP without people actually buying directly XRP. So that's going to create a momentum wave. Now, the truth about XRP is the reason why it hasn't exploded like others is because, quite frankly, there are a series of escrow unlocks that happen and Ripple sells that XRP either to a bank, a fund, or out into the public, and that does keep the price suppressed. Now we've seen, since I started the channel, XRP was like 18 cents. I said, hey, I can't tell you what to do. This isn't financial advice, but I bought a bunch of XRP. I sold my house to buy XRP, and now look at it. It's what, $3, right? It's a pretty darn solid rate of return over 4 years. And for those of you that don't own Bitcoin or XRP, I highly suggest you learn how to do it. If you want, I'm going to put a sale link to the Bitcoin XRP 101 course. It is the most basic course, but it's actually not basic because people call me that have owned crypto for years and they say, oh my gosh, I cannot believe all of the things that I've missed on how to invest in it, how to move it, how to secure it, all of that kind of stuff. Links down below. You will save way more than the cost of that course in heartache, time, and finances. So in crypto, okay? So go check that out. So now what we're going to have is we're going to have this wave of fresh money that moves into these markets. I think that's pretty darn cool, right? It says here, Mintzberg, CEO of Grayscale, said in his post that GDLC would become the first multi-crypto asset ETP on the market. The fund provides exposure to 5 cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. This is a layer 1 ETF fund, okay? The reason why this is so important right now, we're in a little bit of a slump, right? The altcoin market's brutal. Like a bunch of my positions are down right now over the last, all of them are down over the last 30 days. We're in a little slump. This is the time you want to be buying stuff up because what's going to happen now is all of these layer 1s are going to hit the market through this ETF. You're going to see all these news stories over the next 8 weeks where all this money's flowing in and the price is going to start steadily rising on all of these 5 layer 1s. Then as those rise, people that own the physical layer 1s, they're going to move that money into alts, and you're going to see something called alt season, and it's going to rip your face off. That's the best analogy I can give. I'm not joking. I remember buying Populous when it was 8 cents, and I sold some of it for $80. Now I still hold a little bit of it, but I made, it went from, what was it, 4,000 bucks I put in to over $1 million bucks. It was just crazy in 1 year in 2017. That's the kind of pressure you're going to see on altcoins. Now there is something scary that I want to, can you guys type yes or no if I can just share something very bluntly about the scam that's going to happen in this season. I just need some permission because there's a lot of people that get pissed and hate on this. Let's turn this off real quick because this is important. I warned about NFTs. I got so much hate about it a couple years ago, and I was 100% right. People got took in NFTs. It was a massive Ponzi scheme. Crypto kitties is something that happened in the cycle of 2018, 2019, and it almost took down the whole Ethereum network. And in all reality, after everything, the dust settled, those things were pretty much worthless. Well, what we have right now is creator coins, and this is very dangerous, okay? So CoinMarketCap is getting inundated with top most viewed coins. They're these creator coins. I could go out right now, and there's a way to make money off this. I've already talked about one coin called Clanker, this network where anybody, you could just go and make a coin, meme coin, right there. It has no value, right? But you go and put it on the market, and as it's people are buying and selling it, you're getting a percentage of the network fees. Stupid awesome way to make money. But my point being is that there are people that are going to put money into these meme coins and NFTs of the past and all this stuff. These are tulip manias built inside of a larger bubble, this crypto bubble, okay? And crypto is not, the blockchain is not in a bubble. It's going to continue to grow because it has solid projects. But in this day and age where you see something like Toshi coin or Pepe coin or Dogecoin, which you could print to infinity, you see that going up exponentially where you have companies that are run by people from Silicon Valley that have proven track records building the next layer of banks, Web3 banking system. And those market caps are like 30, 50 million, $100 million, where you got some of these just crap coins that mean nothing going to $1 billion. You have to understand this is a tulip mania. This is what humans do because most humans aren't that bright. You type 10 if you agree with that. Most humans aren't bright. They follow shiny objects. Look at that. It's a shiny object. Gosh, thing looks like a Hot Wheels car. Freaking love it. But my point being is that I would never have bought this until not only I could pay cash, but I 1%, right? My point being is that that's where I want you to be. I want you to be searching for these hidden gems that are the next Microsoft, the next Google on the blockchain. While all this craziness, sure, yeah, if you want to put a little money, sure, I have your own Toshi and I made 50% in 1 month. Those are real numbers. But I don't hold on to it. I do it on a swing trade because I know there's a bunch of crazy people about to go in and buy it up. And then I'm taking the money and I'm putting into solid projects. Thank you to everyone else that's been hitting the subscribe button. You guys are awesome. Look at these cycles, know where you are. If you don't own any crypto right now, I highly suggest you learn how to start a Coinbase account, start some kind of account anywhere in the world and put a little bit of money, put 50 bucks, 100 bucks into it. Going to change your life forever because you're going to expose yourself to something that not even Wall Street gets yet. But considering the story that we just read, XRP's ETF was just approved. Wall Street's about to start buying it up through the ETF. And just so you know, all the congressmen in the government, please type 11 if you agree with this. About almost all the Congress people in Congress own crypto in their own personal accounts. Sure, the government hasn't put out all these crazy things, and you're seeing, I mean, think about it. You got the president and the White House literally starting their own exchange. This is a real thing. If you don't know about crypto, you're going to regret this forever. This is even bigger than knowing about .com stocks and telecom stocks in 1994 and missing out, not being a part of this. My father, he worked in a prison, he was a prison guard, became a millionaire during the .com boom because he invested just in a mutual fund, a Janus fund that is attached to the NASDAQ. There's so much money to be made here, but you gotta be peaceful and patient and calculated. And know when to get in, know when to get out, how to get into the right sectors. Don't follow these Toshi coins and all this stuff. Sure, you can make a little bit of money at a time, but I'm seeing way too many people dive in. Look, I own a financial education company that has tens of thousands of students. I have a pretty good pulse on what my students are doing, the mistakes they make, and the victories they have. And I'm telling you right now, to become wealthy, all you have to do is think the total opposite of the masses, and you're gonna crush it in the crypto markets. So go learn about it. I'm gonna put a link to Bitcoin 101 and the XRP 101 course. Teaches all the basics of blockchain, cryptocurrencies, how to start up the accounts, how to secure the accounts, how to move it, how to start all these wallets, all that stuff. All right? Hopefully, Come on, Ninja Live. Hopefully you got something out of this. The Economic Ninja is out.